Um, cheers. Tape it tomorrow. That pencil that you saved.
I gave it to you. Is it in the bedroom?
No, you didn't. Put it somewhere.
I gave it to you to write on the wall.
But I gave it back.
I'll have a look in the room.
Good evening and welcome to the news. You can see by the weather chart that from the southwest the winds are coming in and blowing up and then sideways. Just kidding. You can't see anything. If you can see the weather there, there's something wrong with you. Hello, Kelly. There's Kelly. There's my wife
Hey, Kelly,
taking
I'm
selfies.
doing Snapchat.
Hello, Shamo. Hey, bud.
Hey, Shamo.
G'day, mate. She's doing Snapchat. Evening, Mel. Wasn't that hot today, but I didn't do too much. I did a bit. No, I could hear Jojo clearly, Kelly. I couldn't hear you. I didn't even see, like, you know, your sign sort of was flashing, but I couldn't hear. Yeah, stew's nice. Just felt like something hearty. And a stew always does it. Chili, garlic, onions, beef. She's deep in Snapchat thought. She gets like that. She would lay on the couch for hours going.
So do you.
I take about 10 seconds when I do it. What do you have for dinner, Mel? Something easier, eh? I did one of them big skirting boards for the last hour and sanding and filling it with stuff so I can sand it tomorrow and paint it. It's just going to be so hot this week. I'm just going to do maybe one in the morning or one at night while it's a bit cooler.
Hey, Kelly likes Snapchat.
Kelly does.
Yeah.
And Australia is no longer burning. It's floating out to sea. Unbelievable. Some places on the east coast have had 12 inches of rain after having like everything burnt. Imagine all the sludge and crap and trees falling over. Be lots of erosion. Major parts of the big Sydney area, people are evacuated. Hello, Blue. Yeah, so we had stew, which was yum. There's enough meals for about another 6 meals. You've had one, haven't you?
Yeah.
I like stew. It's good for you. Put a heap of spinach and cabbage, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, beans. And I use shin beef generally. Get stew and steak every now and then, but shin beef just so yum. It's very dense, thick. It's the meat that goes around the shin of the beef. Of course, got to add HP, Worcestershire, bit of black pepper. Did you add salt to yours? I bet you did.
Yes.
I don't usually cook with salt. Just put it on your plate.
Sometimes you need to put a little bit in.
Well, I season the meat. You get a bit of that in the seasoning of the meat. It takes nothing to put it in your bowl, though. I don't use it. We're having homemade posh hot dogs. Ew. What sort of dogs are you putting in them?
Posh,
What's the ones that they use in Germany? Bratwurst?
all sorts. Bratwurst, Weisswurst.
You go to any market in Germany and they've always got sausages everywhere you go. And all different types. Mainly pork. Mixture of pork and beef. So what sort of dogs are they? Are they just sausages? Which is fine. I like a sausage hot dog.
Yep. Onions, cheese.
Posh. So I
Posh.
imagine there's sauerkraut, there's mustard, barbecue sauce, tomato sauce, if you like, fried onions. of course.
Polish sausage.
Yum. Hello, Mr. Speed. Good evening. And now for the weather. Here's the weather girl. Hot,
Yeah.
hot, dry.
It's actually
Dusty.
is dry because my eyes are sore today, isn't it? And dust. I need to get some eye drops.
Chicken salad's always good. I actually like cold chicken. After you've had your meal and there's cold chicken in the fridge, that I like. In salami, ham section. Ah, yeah. I've seen them. There's quite a few there. And if you try,
Oh, I've seen them.
yeah,
We bought them once.
yeah,
We actually, I didn't like them, Mel. Our grandson
Yeah,
did. I
yeah.
remember
The
now.
grandson liked this. They come in
Yep.
a pack of about 8, I think,
Whatever they were.
6 or 8, whatever they are.
Yeah, I love sausages too, but I wasn't too keen on those ones. But the grandson ate them. I haven't had the cheesy ones. We got the other ones.
Yeah, there's 2 types. Yeah.
Oh, there's more.
But they're called posh dogs. I remember now what she was talking about. I thought she was referring to that she just made them posh. But they're actually called posh dogs.
Yes, I know what you mean now.
But even though it's back to being warm, the nights aren't too bad. Be beautiful where Mel is tonight. Gentle ocean breeze.
Yeah, it's cooled down now.
Probably about 28 here, which is nice. I know some people sweat at 28, but I love it, 28. Bentley the gardening dog. Well, I've been outside sanding for the last hour, but I've quit to go and shut the shed door in a minute.
Yeah.
How long have we been together? Oh, 2, 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Just met her down
Oh,
the
yeah.
train station.
I just found him and sort of brought him home and yeah.
Turn of the century. 19th. Mrs. Seeds is slaving me every day. I won't let her go near these old boards because they've got a bit of old lead paint in it. And she's saying, oh, okay, if you don't need my help, that's fine. You know, she's very upset about it while she's inside eating an icy pole, watching Snapchat.
Hey, you've got no koalas around you, Mel. You got kangaroos though.
No, there's koalas, it's just Easter, no? Heaps of them.
Yeah, they don't come into round where
No,
Mel
they don't
lives.
roam,
So.
no.
No, but the kangaroos do.
Yes, where Mel lives, it's beautiful at night time during summer. Ocean's just a stone throws away. Gentle breezes. It's nice to walk down the promenade this time of night. Mel, do you take Bentley down there?
Mel.
It's like she's on a yo-yo.
Yes, Mel. You'll get a star when you get it right. You're only on the blue-coloured star right now. Which one, Mel?
I probably haven't heard because I haven't watched anything today or heard anything. It's 14 degrees.
Oh, no, I hadn't heard about that one. He got on the
Sounds
train.
nice. 14's okay.
Got on top of the train, you mean, Mel?
All right, Kelly, you have a good sleep.
All right,
care.
Kelly. Have a good sleep.
Not nice, 25,000 volts. That'll make air go curly.
Oh, no, I didn't hear about that.
Do you take the dogs for a walk down the bay along the footpath, Mel? Good walkways around Mandurah.
Oh, yeah, it was a cement truck, was it? Yeah, someone died, didn't they, Mel? That Kwinana freeway, once a week, if not more? Yeah.
Problem is, a lot of people from down south come up to Perth using the Kwinana freeway.
And vice versa.
Yeah, but for a period of time on the right-hand side, the sun's in your eyes. Plus they're half asleep. Plus they're listening or talking on their phone.
Achilles heel.
Oh no, that's terrible. ACL is very bad.
Oh, he's...
I know you can get the thigh to shin brace,
Wow.
but it's not. I was going to say won't be cheap. Have to reconstruct it and put it back to the bone. Just what, you got insurance? We haven't got any animals yet, but we will insure them. Because that's the sort of prices you pay for vet bills in Australia. 6, 7, 8, 10 grand disappears very quickly. For pets you do, Blue. Yep, you gotta have insurance.
Yeah, it doesn't cover. Yeah, it
You
depends.
should get 80% of your coverage. Mel's on a roll tonight.
Yep. She snapped it.
Yep. Bentley is a dog, and the other one is a dog as well. What's his name again, the other one? You just said it off.
JJ.
That's right, JJ, yeah. Yep. I've always said animals are part of the family in every aspect. Yep, they dictate when and what happens, dogs do, that's for sure. Cats, not so much. Cats don't care. But I'd be glad when the weather turns a bit. In other words, gets away from the heat every day. I don't mind heat every now and then. Yeah, cats are bad. Cats basically say, nah, I don't want you to pat me. Or, meow, feed me, or I'll bite you.
Wow, that's
He's got 4 cats.
that's pretty old, Mel.
Yeah, I had a cat that lived to be 20.
You want to be my sister? She's got about 6. Martina's got about 6 cats now.
Oh, you
My
do all
sister-
strays.
Yeah, my sister takes in every stray cat. If she's, because she lives in Indonesia, if she's walking down the street and there's a stray cat or a sick cat, she picks it up, takes it to the vet, pays for everything, fixes it, cares for it. She's done some remarkable stuff with some of the cats she's found.
We've always had cats that found us. This is the only time that we haven't had. Well, we've had cats here, but not like decide to stay cats.
No.
We had a cat that used to come to our house all the time, and it lived about, I don't know, a mile away. And it'd be on our doorstep every morning, so we'd give it some water and a bit of food. Let it stay for a couple of weeks. Then the owner said, "Oh, is that okay to you?" I said, "Yeah, you can pick him up." And they take him back home, and the next day, he'd be on the front veranda. Cats choose where they live. You don't choose anything for a cat. I don't know why, it just wanted to be with us.
Yeah, but the owner should have taken more responsibility.
Well, the owner and then we said we were leaving, so you have to come and get your cat.
Oh, I had to ring the ranger.
Yeah.
Which then across the road wasn't happy with that. They always said no, they're going on this 3-month holiday, they can't have another cat. And then when I had to call the ranger because we couldn't take this cat with us, they got all upset with me. And
So
I
you
said,
said
well,
you
you're
didn't
the
want
one
it.
who kept saying that you couldn't. And then they said, oh, we would work something out. And I said, what would you do? I mean, I felt really horrible. I honestly felt horrible doing that, but we couldn't take him with us.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we've had cats over the years. Most of them have just come to us. I don't think I ever went and got a cat. I think a cat came and got us.
Or maybe I'm getting punished for ringing the ranger on the other cat and they've thought, we better not go to this place. That's the only cat I've ever done that with. We just didn't know what else to do.
Uh-oh. Be right back, Mel says.
Good girl. Oh, Mel.
Watching you back. Like a Labrador.
Mel, every second sentence, or every second, start shaking your leg. Every second sentence, just go be right back and then we'll accept that.
I'm going to get her a T-shirt. Just says BRB on the front.
Yeah, Mel, we're going to get you one. And on the back it'll say, I'm back. No, on the front will be, I'm back. On the back will be right back.
No, be right back on the front and disgusting on the back.
Disgusting, Mr. Seeds. Oh, dear. No, because I would know Mel.
And then Mr. C's be asking me, be right back. and I will be like. Disgusting. Oh, I get tired easily these days working in the heat. But you're going to shut that shed. Won't shut itself.
He's nearly taller than the shed. And do a dance for the girls. Oh, now I've stuffed your phone up for you, haven't I? I'll fix it.
All good.
Oh, showing my leg. There we go. I did it.
Yep, now you can see the table.
That looks like water. Mate, it'll be like... There you go.
It's not really that interesting.
It is, it's cute.
There we are.
Just doesn't work both of us on camera. Look how short I am compared to you.
Only that much difference between us. Well, if I could change it that way, maybe if I put it that way. Yeah, see, I look short over here. There you go. Wonder how Adam went today. I wonder if he went to get some advice.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It was Monday, wasn't it?
Mind you, it's only just Monday.
Oh, so it might not
Early in
have
the
been
morning.
yet, yeah.
Yeah. So, what sort of questions do you have to ask me about things in Australia? You know, food, climate, any questions? Question and answer. What stuff you got in Australia? How much is a loaf of bread, etc.?
You missed him dancing, Mel, then.
Is that what you call it? Welcome back, Mel. She needs to go again.
Okay.
She must have the trots. Most place in Australia that would be like New Zealand, there's two places. In New South Wales up north, there's a place called Dorrigo. Looks a little bit like England, sort of like New Zealand, green, rolling hills, and parts of the Snowy River area, obviously because of all the snow.
Well, sorry, I missed the first bit. Which part do you reckon's like New Zealand?
Dorrigo, you know where the waterfalls are? You go to northern New South Wales, and it's really high, and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
quite
yeah.
cool and green. I had, so you had, it's all finished now. You had, you had ADHD.
She does.
No, you don't have that at all.
Unless she she does, unless you sit her down with Yumcha. What else is like? There's parts of Tasmania that is a bit like New Zealand.
Yeah, a little bit up in the hills in Tassie. But if you wanted to think you're in New Zealand, you'd probably say somewhere like, where did we stay in the Blue Mountains when it snowed that time? Where was that again?
Blackheath?
No,
Where?
in the Snowy River.
Oh,
Remember we woke up and there was 4 feet of snow?
not Cooma. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I mean, that bus was sideways on the bridge.
Yeah, got ice and slid sideways.
Oh,
I remember it was like, anyway, it's got a nice big lake up there, but it's really cold.
wasn't that where the fires were?
Hmm.
So does that jog your memory for the name?
No. Lots of little towns through. There's Breadbow.
Threadbow.
No,
not
Breadbow. Jindabyne?
In,
That's where it
that's where we stayed.
was. Yeah, Jindabyne.
You don't get snow where you are,
It
Bill.
must be in the flat country.
I thought the whole of New Zealand was snow.
No,
I thought the whole place.
Most of the snow is down the South Island, as a rule. North Island gets bugger all of it.
Wow, I didn't realise that. There you go. I just learnt something.
You can't have a fan, would melt all the bits. Not sure what that's referring to, Mel. If you stay here with your husband one night, you'll have a air conditioner. Reverse cycle, heat or cold, and your bits will be fine. You've only seen snow once in your life. I've seen snow plenty of times.
Yeah, me too. We're
It's funny, we're from Australia. We see more snow than some people in New Zealand.
yeah.
That's weird. But if they live up north, that's why. Wet and windy, yeah, they get that.
Man, that where we stayed in New Zealand, the Sheridan, whatever it was, and then that hilly area.
Yep.
Oh man, wasn't that horrible walking down that? Well, we did go
Yeah,
in July.
Queenstown's built like that though. They just had the hills, they never flattened any of them. You go up down one street in Queenstown, it does that. And if there's a bit of black ice on the path, as I found out, you can ski most of the way down. I do like that old steamboat they had at Queenstown though, that was cool.
Yes. And we sat near the engine room because it was the
We
warmest
sat on the
place.
boilers
Yeah.
outside where there were nice hot bum and really cold air.
Because it was just calm as, not a breeze, not a breath, but it was crisp and cold
Yeah.
because it was snowing.
Yeah,
But
bit of fog on the river, on
the
the lake.
water was just beautiful. I'll be timing you this time, Mel. I have to remember to pick William up from school tomorrow.
She's got an appointment.
No, Em's got training somebody.
Hmm.
I just remembered she asked me today.
Does she want some stew, do you think?
No, I think she's a bit over
Off
stewed
food.
soup. Yeah.
It seems like a military jet. We're at war. Well, another day in the world of the coronavirus, and it's not slowing down at all, by all reports. Which is not good. Probably the countries that are better off are New Zealand and Australia when you think about it. We've got fairly high standards of quarantine. In fact, Australians coming back from China aren't on mainland Australia. They're in Christmas Island. They have no choice. But it's getting to a stage where I think the word uncontrollable is reached. Yeah, there's been cases in Australia. I think there's about a dozen now, but they're all isolated and no one's died. The biggest fear I have is Southeast Asia. If it gets into there, Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, it's already in Thailand.
The owner of Em's.
Singapore is pretty
Yeah.
good. They're going to be okay. They've got a few cases. But Indonesia is a real big worry.
Em's landlord was going to go to Japan. She cancelled.
Yeah, I read about that
'Cause
too.
something about-
Japanese reporter went missing.
Huh?
Oh, sorry, Chinese reporter went missing because he probably said too much.
She was going to go to Japan because of it's the year, this time of the year, something about blossoms.
Cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she found out, what is it to say, for South Korea or North Korea? One of them, apparently, that it's better to go there. But she's not going anywhere until this
Well,
is
she can just go
over.
to Canberra if she wants to see cherry blossoms.
Yeah, but it's not like the same as going.
No, I know, but it's still the same tree.
Yeah, it's just not the same. But so, what was this reporter? What happened?
I read a brief article saying that a Chinese reporter had gone missing because he had been talking about the virus.
Now, who spread that gossip? Those people are in danger then as well. If they know something, how?
A reporter is just stating facts, and the Chinese government doesn't like the facts being stated, basically.
No, what I'm saying is, who has reported that this other reporter has gone missing?
Okay, he reported publicly about certain
Yes.
things, so it's in
Yep.
the public domain in
Yep.
China.
Yeah.
The authorities in China said, we want to talk to you, and he's disappeared. Just like the doctor who said, this is a very
Yes.
bad virus and we
Yeah.
should be attending to it, and then get admonished by the Chinese government saying, I want you to retract everything you said, is now dead from the virus.
Which is already too late to retract. It was already out.
But I don't think it is a controllable disease. I think it's like a common cold in regards to its spread very easily. Can you die from the common cold? Yep. Get pneumonia. People die every day from all sorts of diseases. Malaria is a big killer. Yeah, I saw that. That's how I read the article. Mother was pleading for information. There's a good chance Mum will go missing too. In China, you're called a dissident if you disagree with the government. In Australia, you're called a hero. I saw one Prime Minister go and get stuffed and had a beer with another Prime Minister. Our politicians are fairly accessible. We've got only about another 4 to 6 weeks of the heat of summer, and then it'll start cooling down. It'll be good. So many things I would like to do. It's just too hot. Working out in direct sunlight when it's about 100 degrees is not good for you. Particularly when you're an old dog like me.
What's that board when we're going walking and out to the toilet tonight?
What cord?
Board.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
you
I-
trip on it, did you?
Yeah, we'll come back out
Just
of the
leave
door.
the toilet light on.
Yeah.
What's up, Doc?
Is Mel back? Or is she still
Just putting
gone?
your ducks in order. No, Mel's not back yet. Jojo will Bentley have her attention. I imagine she's out walkies. Walkies!
Yeah, the reporter's mother appealed for people to find him. Well, do you reckon that's going to happen?
This is a huge groundswell in China against the government. Man, be interesting. If we had a pull in tonight, I'd go for a little dip. Be nice. No wind tonight to see. Can't see any wind tonight, can you?
No, but you can see wind because you can see it like now. See when the trees do that?
Look, the trees are moving.
That's right, the wind's doing that.
You don't see the wind.
You can.
Right. I suppose you can see air too.
Yeah.
No, Kiwi WA has never wanted to do daylight saving. They tried it at a soft drink company at the time in the late 80s and they forced it upon us. And our truckies used to start work about 7. I said, boys, come in at 8. And they said, yep, good idea. Loads of West Australian businesses just did that and it didn't work. We don't want it. We get, in the middle of winter, we get 11 hours of sunlight. In the middle of summer, it's about 14. We don't need to get up earlier to see the sun. I don't think Queensland does it either. They said to shove it up the bum. Don't want anything to do with it. It's all to do with commerce, the stock exchange and business. It suits them, but it doesn't suit us. Yep, South Australia, New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania do daylight saving, which in my eyes is just silly. So at the moment, there are 4 hours difference between Perth and Sydney, and when they revert back to normal, it's only 3 hours difference. Like between me and you, Blue Topaz, I think there's 6 hours difference. Because it would be definitely close to 1 o'clock, I think, where you are about now, just at a guess. There you go, nearly 1 o'clock. Beautiful thing about New Zealand, even though they had a hot spell recently, it's just always nice. Except, you know, a few weeks in winter where it's bitterly cold. But most of the year, New Zealand's perfect. In the US, it must be 7:30 in the morning on the East Coast, something like that. What's the time here? 8 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 20 to 8.
Yep, 20 to 8 New York time in the morning. No, well, you do it here, Kiwi, but you do it at 5 o'clock in the morning. No, that's the same. Most of New Zealand's basically pleasant all year round. Middle of winter here, an average temp would be like 22, 24 degrees during the day. can get down to
Oh,
zero
it's
on
cold.
occasions.
Sometimes it's
Rare,
colder.
but on occasions. But you can have a barbecue all year round, basically. We like having a salad and something thrown on the barbie for dinner. Yeah, we do it in the morning. We always used to walk in the evening in Australia because it's pleasant. You know, about 5 o'clock. It's only, even on a hot day, it's only 30 degrees at 5. Walk for a couple of hours. It's good, but morning's about the best. I don't mind walking. I just don't like walking and looking at nothing. So I like to see wildlife, rivers, or the ocean, things like that. And it doesn't seem like you're doing anything other than just enjoying yourself. But to walk on a treadmill for 2 hours? Nah. The only place I would walk on a treadmill for exercise would be Antarctica, because I wouldn't want to go outside for a walk. Actually, I did read yesterday, Chile have a base in Antarctica. It's on the very northeastern tip, right below South America. And they recorded a temperature which I was staggered. It was 18 degrees Celsius in Antarctica. You need to think about that for a second. 18 degrees Celsius. It's a new record, apparently. But on the tip of the northeastern coast that Chile own the rights to, they have a base. But 18 degrees. Right now in Antarctica, it's just starting to wane, but mostly it's 24-hour sunlight. It'll be getting into the dipping on the horizon stage now. They'll probably get about 19, 20 hours of sunlight. I'll go inside soon and have one of them coconut ice creams. Sounds like a good plan.
You can have them. I don't like
Oh,
them.
you got those chocolate ones for yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, I think there's only 2 left.
Wow, you've gone through them.
Hey, you've had some too. You've had some as well.
Didn't see Buttercup tonight.
No, she's busy doing something. She messaged me.
Or Danny. Or Adam. Cheeky Mr. Seeds.
Yeah, he is. He's had some as well, Blue.
Not as many as you.
I know I buy them because I like them.
I did a video today about the stew, and I eventually found out where you can do the narrative talk over it. So simple. On the screen where it says edit, you know, you just
You're
scroll
talking
up.
about in iMovie?
Yeah, you just scroll up.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that.
You've done it before on your old phone.
Sounds good. Hope he gets his health worked out, whatever it is. Try and address whatever the problem is. We all get them problems. Definitely no moon tonight.
How come?
Well, you've had your full moon.
I know, but it should be what's the name moon now? Going the other way.
Waning.
Yeah, you should
Wax.
still see it.
Okay. Maybe we will.
I got it wrong anyway. I was a day early, and that looked full to me.
No one will know. Blue and Kiwi, have you ever done the train trip from north to south? I know it's not the cheapest travelling, but be a good trip, I reckon. I had a look a few years ago. It was, like I say, it wasn't cheap. You can buy a pass. Cost you X month for a month or something. All those little towns up and down the country. That'd be interesting. You haven't been anywhere. Oh, that's okay. That means you've got a lot to look forward to. Yeah, I know there's the ferry. But you can virtually fly to, say, Auckland, get the ferry, get the trains, and they go a fair few places. They don't have a massive rail system, but they have a fair system. I was just thinking it'd be a good trip if you could do like a week or two travelling up and down. You know, you'd be prepared to pay $100 or $120 a night for somewhere to stay. You just have to budget that. But I'd enjoy the train trips, stopping at certain stations. As long as you get one of those passes where you can get on and off any time you like, you know, spend half a day in the town, get back on, head to a destination for the night, look at that town in the morning. As long as there's no, like, I've got to be at 8 o'clock on the train, if it's all day, get on off when you please. Europe's good like that. Germany's brilliant for their trains. It takes you no time to get anywhere in Germany.
Yeah, you've just really got to watch you get on the right train, because they're so quick. They're not late. And
No, they're never late.
They don't stay at the station long. 5 minutes from they get there to they go.
Yep. And they're fast. We're probably going to do that one day. Probably be nice to say fly into the North Island of a Sticky Beak. Planning to buy an RV with Kirby. That'd be cool. And slowly travel all New Zealand. Actually, you know, you could hire an RV. Do you know what I mean? If you buy an RV, it's like, oh well, we've done 2 weeks. We'll keep it in the shed for a year. It's not that expensive to hire a nice RV.
My parents did that.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
In New Zealand, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Many moons ago. But they hired a camper.
I'd do that. I mean, if you're going to buy a decent RV in New Zealand and Australia, you're looking at 40 or 50 grand. Decent one. I mean, you can buy a cheap one for 10 grand, but is it going to break down? If you hire one and it breaks down, they bring you another one. But sometimes, like I say, you get to see a lot more in an RV because you can stop anytime you like, anywhere. But the train would be an alternative. You could sit down and plan a 2-week trip for sure. Travel for about a year. Well, that'd be cool.
Oh, then it probably is worth buying one and then selling it. But there's also people who get hired for companies to pick up RVs to take from one spot to another.
I could go down to a depot today. A week ago from a trip from here to Sydney.
Yeah.
Taking an RV back, and they give you about 7-8 days to do it. They pay for all your petrol.
I think you've got to pay for your own accommodation.
Well, you don't have to pay for accommodation if you're in an RV.
No, like a park. I mean, if you go to a park
Oh, yeah.
area. That's
Okay.
what I meant.
But if I did it, which I wouldn't because I've done it. So, yeah, you got them in New Zealand too. I know that for a
Yeah,
fact.
there's companies.
But they like you, say you had to come from Auckland to Queenstown, they'd probably only give you 2 or 3 days. In Australia, it's a bit bigger. But I don't like being on someone else's schedule.
It's a lot of the rental companies do it. Like somebody rents an RV for a week, whatever, and they have a point it gets dropped off at. It doesn't have to come back to the depot, and then people like us, you can say, yep,
I mean, if the virus
drive
got
it back.
pretty bad, I mean, I'd look at doing a trip to New Zealand as an alternative, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Spend a couple of weeks or even 3 weeks taking our time. But I still like the idea of doing it by train. It's not as though I couldn't hire something. It's like the train just would be good fun. And obviously some of the trains wouldn't go to certain places, but you get off the train, get on the bus.
Mm.
That's the secret, Blue. I once did it when I was travelling when I was younger. I went north in Queensland. And then I went further north. I thought, no, I like it back at Cairns. So I went back and spent the next couple of weeks. You just stop where you damn well please. And I worked my way around as a young fella. But I I'd probably work a week in a month, or even less, because let's say you earn $500. Back in those days, you basically could travel for a month and eat like a king. And the best thing that you'll find is that if you and Kiwi go for a trip, you're sharing experiences, and that is gold, truly is. It does. I've seen some footage of the trains, and the most exciting bit is when you start heading through South Island. But we'd give the North Island a good look around for sure. No rental mortgage. So you're going to give up where you live, Lou? Is that what you're saying? Put stuff in the storage? Bloody expensive for storage, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
About 150 a week.
Oh, I thought it was a
For a
month.
household. No, well, we didn't have,
Oh.
but a household is 150 a week. Might as well sell the stuff, you know what I mean? Start again.
Yeah.
No, that'd be great. Travelling together, sampling lots of fish and chips. Definitely. Sunset on the beach, throwing a line in. Maybe you catch something. Doesn't matter. Put on the kettle. You know, there's simple pleasures. A little glass of red. But for me, what I do when I travel, I just soak up visually where I am and remember the architecture and the people. People make the trips interesting. Yeah, yeah. I know there's lots of good fishing around the northeast. That'd be good. That'd be great, Luke. As long as it pays for itself, pays the rates and all that, and you get a little bit extra on top, that's good. That'll be a little spending cash money.
Well,
I don't know what you get for your house a week, but here you get $350, $400 a week.
dreams can come true. You can start planning it now, Blue.
I always say if you've got a good idea, do it. There's not really a place I haven't been in my country, and my country's enormous. There's lots of places I think are fantastic, but they're not all next to each other. Do you know what I mean? That'll be the same in New Zealand. You'll come across little towns, you think, oh, well, we'll give this one a miss. Then the next one will be a beauty. It's hit or miss. And like I say, it's generally the people. I can't remember where I didn't feel welcome in New Zealand, though. They're really friendly. Always try and take the piss out of us, but mind you, we fire back pretty well. Oh, I've always said to people, if you want to go and see a beautiful country, go to New Zealand. It's compact as far as distance. People are friendly. The food's fantastic. Best lamb you'll ever have in New Zealand. And we've got 150 million sheep here. That's right. The famous sheep joke I remember was told to me by a New Zealander, a Maori. I was at a huggy. He said, "You've got to listen to this joke." He said, "Me and my mates took an Aussie up to the top of the sheep paddock, and we put the sheep head in the ring lock, and the Aussie just stood there and went, oh my God." Anyway, the Maori said, "Do you want to have a go?" This is the Maori telling the joke, by the way. Maori says, "Do you want to have a go to the Aussie?" And the Aussie says, "Yeah, all right, but do I have to stick my head in the ring lock?" That's a New Zealand reverse sheep joke, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we both got a sense of humour. Very dry. We're quite happy to take the piss out of someone, but we both know it's a joke. Can you imagine if we did that to Americans? They'd be like, "What are you talking about, man?" It's like we went to a restaurant in Queenstown, and the lamb was just unbelievably good. And I remember someone at my table saying, "Is this fresh?" And the chef was running around and said, "Fresh? Half of it's still running around the paddock." We had a New Zealand taxi driver trying to take the piss out of us, remember?
Yeah.
Going on about, he said, "Do you understand the New Zealand currency?" We said, "Yeah." He said, "You're from Australia. Can you guys count?" We said, "Yeah." "You're driving a Japanese car wearing a Chinese T-shirt. We can count."
Now, here's
He
one
just
who
laughed.
took us to the ski slopes, was it? Man, that was a scary drive.
Got halfway up the ski resort in Queenstown, and it's spinning the wheels on it's a real S-bend sort of going up the hill. And even the guy said, "Oh, it's a bit slippery. Because if you come off, you just roll down the big hill."
Did he take us to Arrowtown, or was that the company organised that?
No, we just got ourselves up to
No, there was a
Arrowtown.
group of us that went to... No, the company organised it.
No, we just organised a bongo bus. We paid a bit each for it. There's about a dozen of us went up to Arrowtown. That's beaut. Best pie I've had in New Zealand at the Arrowtown Bakery, which Arrowtown looks like a movie set.
Well, actually, those... if you look back on Seed's channel, did you put the New Zealand up on your channel, the trip?
I can't remember.
We're talking back, when did we go? 2004.
Something like that, yeah.
I'll have to have a look. I mean, that was a long time ago. I don't know, I'll just have to type in your channel. I really can't remember if you did.
Kura did the whale watch experience. We got whales all over the place here. Australia.
Most people do it from Fremantle.
You can see them just looking out the coast. Where we lived in Augusta, you'd see them all the time. That's the southwest tip of Western Australia, where they just migrate up and down. Ate lots of crayfish. Kiwi's Town was voted the most beautiful town in New Zealand. Well, I don't know which one that is. I know Queenstown's had that a few times. But if we did New Zealand again, like I say, we've never been to the North Island, so we'd give that a good week. Having a run round, have a sticky beak, and then get on the ferry and get on the train and have a bit of a sort of loose plan about where we'd like to see. paint that board early morning after I've sanded it, and I'll put it on here so it gets a bit of shade first.
Shade's over there in the morning.
I know, but we want to sit over there.
Yeah. Oh, you could put
And
it over
it doesn't
there.
matter if it gets a bit of sun after the first hour.
What if you just put the horses out over there?
Well, I could do that, yeah.
Over like,
Yeah.
just past the wheelbarrow, on the other, between the table and the bits of wood there.
What, if you don't mind telling me, what is the town you're talking about, Lou? I know a fair bit of New Zealand. Yeah, that's good. I used to ride horses. I used to have horses. A lot of upkeep though, a lot of money. Cambridge, yeah. Good English name. I don't think there's a cheap place left in Australia unless you go out to the desert.
Yeah, I've said that could be expensive. Because things have to be freighted.
I mean, Randy, you can't get a block of land under, well over $500,000. You just won't get one. Unless it's a postage stamped block. 300 square metres they sell them now, don't they?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And they still go close to 400,000. I can never work that out. Why would someone pay that much? We'll definitely paint this wall just wide. We'll clean it up.
Oh, I'd like it the same as this. But I suppose,
But then you're going into that part of the house.
I know that's a hard thing. I'd like the whole house really like this colour.
Well, I'll give you a brush and a step ladder.
You need to be a
Away.
big step ladder.
Yeah. When that's paved all the way through, there, it'll be a lot easier to do lots of things. When they install the air conditioners down the back here, I'm going to ask them what they're going to charge to mount them. Kate and Wills. Yeah, hello, Kate and Wills. My name's Kiwi. Yes, you can. Morning tea at my place. I'm not a big royalist, to be honest.
Yeah.
See that plane doing a big circle?
Where?
That one took
Oh,
off
yeah.
there, now it's white, just over there, turning south.
They're just people with royal benefits.
Or
That
some.
could have been us.
Nah. I just said, Your Majesty, I'm going to walk about.
Was that the noise in there? It must be something settling.
It's the boards. We could rent it out as a haunted house.
Yeah.
Even the duck's scared. I don't want to see ghosts. Cool. Yeah, I don't mind giving them a feed. I treat whoever just as the next person. I've met some famous movie stars,
The important thing is,
actors, and they're just people.
the important thing is, did they like your bread? So that means when we come to visit, you can make me bread, Kiwi.
Kiwi's got a bakery, mate. You better make pies.
Have you got a bakery? Oh my God,
You
bread.
better make pies.
That's it. I'm just staying with Kiwi. Just put me in the baker bit.
Good stuff. Well, we might call it a night, eh? What do you reckon?
Yeah, we've lost Mel.
Yeah, Mel's not been right back at all. She's been right off.
I'll message her first before you go.
Cool. Kiwi, you haven't answered the question. Do you make pies? I judge a bakery on its pies, not its bread. The wife does. She does the reverse. She judges it on its bread.
Yes.
But me, it's pie. How much heart and soul goes into a pie?
I could be watching MF
Oh no, that's not a bakery then, Kiwi. Seriously. I will come to your bakehouse and I will make a batch of pies and your customers will go, oh, you got to keep making these. Bakery with like a pie, without a pie is like a pub with no beer.
No, bakery.
I'm just pulling his leg.
There's different bakeries. It's usually cafes that have the pies. Bakeries, bread.
But good money in pies, but you got to sell a lot of them. Make some good dollars.
I'll just come for the bread and cakes then, Kiwi. Yum, fresh bread with unsalted butter.
Sounds good. All right, people, it's going to be a good night from me, and
No night. Have a good day. Sleep. Well, sleep.
definitely sleep. It's about 1 o'clock in New Zealand. But anyway, you guys have a good one, and whoever else is there, have a good day or good night, wherever you are. Good night.